Hi everyone and welcome back to another day of Bookmas. So today we are in the newly built book room and we're going to be running through every book that is on my physical TBR. Now having this book room is making it so much easier to actually film this type of video. I just thought we could run through every single book I have on my physical TBR and then you'll kind of know what's on my radar for next year, because one of my goals is to be clearing out a lot of these books. Now I do keep some that are part of series or ones that I've really enjoyed, but I have been more brutal with getting rid of ones that I am not going to read again, or I'm not going to continue that series, those sorts of things. So let's just run through every single book I have on my physical TBR and there will be no judgment, because I know there's going to be a lot of books, so don't come around here with judging. We're going to start with this bookshelf. I hope you can see. I'm struggling with the lighting because lighting in December isn't great, so here we are. I'm not going to take them all off because as you can see there's like decorations and stuff in here, but I am going to run through them. So we have a section for Lynn Painter. So we have The Love Wager, Betting on You, Happily Never After and Mr. Wrong Number. Then we have the Love and Gelato series. So I have actually read Love and Gelato, but we have Love and Look and Love and Olives left to read. Then we have Don't Be in Love, How to Fall Out of Love Madly, Mixed Signals, which is part of the Love Light Farms series. I don't know if that's the name for the series, but that series. First Time Called by B.K. Borison, Hook, Line and Sinker. To be honest, we have a lot of Tessa Bailey books still left to read. But I don't really read just pure romance anymore unless it's like the summertime. So, but we have Secretly Yours, Unfortunately Yours, Tools of Engagement, Fix Her Up, Love Her or Lose Her, and then we have Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. Moving on over to the cowboy romance section, we have The Devil in Blue Jeans, Back in the Saddle. I've read all of those by Lila Sage. We have After the Races, A Photo Finish and The Front Runner by Elsie Silver. We then have Elsie Silver's newest series. So we have Wild Love, Wild Eyes and Wild Side. Then we have my Ashley Poston section. We have The Dead Romantics and Sounds Like Love. We have Annabelle Monaghan, so we have It's a Love Story and Same Time Next Summer. And then we have two books by Cara Bastone, so we have Ready or Not and Promise Me Sunshine. Both of those I haven't read. Again, like I say, I don't really read much romance anymore. My Jessa Hastings section, so we have Never, The Conditions of Will, and then we also have Time of Your Life, but it is not here at the moment because I've just filmed my December TBR video, so that is part of that, but I haven't read that yet. I have Frederick Backman, so let's just move this little tree out of the way for a second. So we have the second and third book in the Beartown series, so we have Us Against You and The Winners. Then we have A Man Called Ove, we have Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors, A Little Life, which I am going to read at some point. We have Conversation with Friends by Sally Rooney and Talking at Night by Claire Daverley. Hopefully you can see that shelf a little bit better now. But we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid and Daisy Jones and the Six, which I know, don't shoot me, haven't read it yet. We have 28 Summers by Ellen Hildebrand, Ghosts and Good Material by Dolly Alderton, Caught Up and Play Along in the Windy City series. We have The Magic of Lemon Drop Pie, which honestly, how adorable is this book? Then we have Pictures of You by Emma Gray, which I was actually inspired by bestie Sarah Caroli to read this one. Then we have The Lonely Hearts Book Club and the first book in the Addicted to You series, which I do want to read next year as a priority. We have more romance books. X's and O's and the Catch by Amy Lee, I'm not sure how you say that. Then we have The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy, Bad Girl Reputation and Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy, A Brush with Love, Adult Assembly Required, Love at First Fight, Maggie Moves On and The X Talk. So again, a lot of romance that I haven't got around to reading. And then this is a really funny angle, but I don't really know how else to show you this bottom shelf. So we have Someone Else's Bucket List, which you can't really see because it's tucked like in there. We have Love and Other Words by Christine Lauren and The Soulmate Equation and The True Love Experiment. Then we have Terms and Conditions and the Final Offer by Lauren Asher. We also have Love Unwritten and Throttled by Lauren Asher as well. We have A First Time for Everything by K.L. Walther. Also, look at this special edition. I have read this book, but look at this special edition. It's sprayed edges with little boats on. It's so cute. Then we have Adam and Evie's Matchmaking Tour, which again, I'm obsessed with this sort of like paint cover. And we have some Abby Jimenez books. We have the Happy Ever After playlist, Just for the Summer and Say You'll Remember Me. So this is kind of a mixed match shelf at the bottom here. So we have The Dream Hotel, Blue Sisters, The Cassandra Complex. We have Conversations on Love, She's Always Hungry, Funny You Should Ask, How to Kill Your Family, Want by Gillian Anderson, The Visa, Night Shift, Call It What You Want, Twice Shy, When Sally Killed Harry, and Dishonestly Yours, Bunny, Seven Summers, You Made a Fall of Death with Your Beauty, How to Fake It in Hollywood, Out on a Limb, Weather Girl, Enemies to Lovers, The Rewrite, The Unmaking of June Farrow, You Again, and Cole and Layla Are Just Friends. On this shelf we also have Remarkably Bright Creatures, but that is also part of my TBR, so that's not on the shelf currently. Then we have The Maid. We have some Freedom McFadden books. So we have Never Lie and The Locked Door, The Only One Left by Riley Sager, Little Fires Everywhere, The Nightingale by Christian Hanna, The House in the Cerulean Sea, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, The Song of Achilles. I know, I've had this book for so long. Play With Me and Consider Me. Then we have You'll Be the Death of Me, Nothing More to Tell, and The Cousins, all by Karen M. McManus. We have Welcome to Faye Cafe, which I'm kind of saving for like springtime. The Cheerleaders, The Cruel Prince, Spark of the Everflame, Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands, and Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. Then we go into kind of like the fantasy section, this shelf, not that shelf. We have Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. We have a series here, which I don't know what the name of the series is, but the books are called Prince So Cruel, A Cage So Gilded, A Court So Dark. Then we have Two Twisted Crowns. We have some classics. So we have Wuthering Heights, Emma, Sense and Sensibility, and Pride and Prejudice. We have The Secret History by Donna Tartt. We have Legendary Finale, Once Upon a Broken Heart, A Ballad of Never After, A Curse for True Love. You have Spectacular, When the Moon Hatched, and The God of the Woods. On this shelf we have Metal Slinger, Nightbane, Sky Shade. I have recently finished all the ACOTAR series. We have Iron Flame, Enchantra, Queen of Shadows, and An Ember in the Ashes. Then we have the last two shelves before moving on to the book card. So we have Ghosted, The Crimson Moth, Six of Crows, Kingdom of the Feared, Throne of the Fallen, Dance of Thieves, My Dark Romeo, which I know is not a fantasy, or I don't think it is, but I just felt the colour scheme fit best here. Then we have Unite Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, Restore Me, Define Me, Imagine Me, Find Me, Believe Me. Most of the Shatter Me series. Redeeming 6 and Taming 7. Truly Devious, Assistant to the Villain, Apprentice to the Villain, Scythe and Sparrow, or I don't know how you actually say that word, but yeah, God of Malice, Daughter of the Pirate King. We also have Serpent in the Wings of Night, but again in a different pile. If Only I Had Told Her, Good Girl, Bad Blood, As Good as Dead, It's Behind You, and The Wishing Game. We have Alchemized, Untold Truths, which is kind of a poem book, Paper Towns, An Abundance of Catherines, They Both Die at the End, Tomorrow, 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 Manifestation Diaries, and Her Majesty's Royal Cover. King of Wrath, I know you can't really see these, but King of Wrath, King of Pride, The Villa, The Handmaid's Tale, P.S. I Hate You, Expiration Dates, The X Effect, 8 Perfect Hours, Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute, Recipe for Mr. Right, Just My Type, and then The Murder After the Night Before. Problematic Summer Romance, One Italian Summer, Summer Reading, Off Track, Cross My Heart, The Fake Mate, The Simple World, and Wild at Heart. What do we have behind? One of the Girls, Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers, Fun for the Whole Family, The Ex-Husband, The Wild Girls, 21st Birthday. And then on the bottom, let's start with ones behind. We have The Book of Fire, Beast Beneath, Before We're Strangers, The Magpie Society, The Red Ribbon, In Good Company, Right Girl, Wrong Side, And then the last two, no, the third and fourth book in the Thursday Murder Club series. Then we have To Love Jason Thorne, To Hate Adam Connor, Marriage for One, The American Roommate Experiment, The Long Game, From Lukov with Love, Indigo Ridge, Bloodstream, Breakaway, and A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. I'm now going to go and count all those books and I'll come back and let you know how many we've got. After a count, I can confirm there are 237 books that are not read. And that is ridiculous. So we will be making a conscious effort to improve that number next year and reduce the amount we're buying. 237 books on my TBR. That's ridiculous. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you are enjoying Bookmas, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video.